All right, Shalom. All right, before I get started, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Also, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Peace, safety, and much love unto the elect, scattered around the four corners of the earth, giving all diligence to make their calling of election sure. This your brother Atazawam. I'm here back in the spirit with another video. Basically, it's going to be entitled Trust the Process, straight up and down to the point. And the motivation behind the title is me and the brother Tazawan here in the Atlanta camp. We were having a conversation the other night, about 2 to 3 nights ago. We were having a conversation about, how the truth has grown and magnified tremendously from the point in which we received that calling up until the point where we at now. And we had no idea that, the spirit was going to, escalate it in the manner that it came. But we witnessed, the progressions. We witnessed the process, and we had to trust in that process. Okay. And through the spirit, I just want to further that notion and just say, hey, for all the brothers that's coming in now and brothers that's joining unto our ranks here in Great Millstone, in like fashion, we all have to trust the process. We may not understand why the spirit tell us to do certain things or why certain brothers give certain orders and commands and certain things from the top on down, but we have to trust and believe that it's for the greater good. Okay. When you look at a company, when a company trying to get off the ground and brand and market, the company, they have certain policies, they have certain rules and regulations for that particular company to function properly. You may not understand why the motto statement is such. You may not understand the core values or certain things about the company and why they move in that fashion, but you have to trust in that process, because by trusting in that process is going to allow you to get raises, get promoted, and the company is going to grow. Okay, so certain things we may not understand in the spirit. We may not understand why the Lord put brothers in certain places and positions, why the Lord brought you in at a certain time, and why we got to do 3 videos a week, why we got to go to camp, why everything, that why we got to fellowship, all of these things. We may not understand why we have to do it, but we have to trust in the process and the spirit behind why we're doing it, because we're going to get a return from it. We're going to see great gain from it. Okay. Now, as you can see on the screen, I got a quick, not a quick, just, on the screen. All right. It says the tiny seed knew that in order to grow, it needed to be dropped in dirt, covered in darkness, and struggled to reach light. Okay. And that's what happened, with all of us. At one point in time, we were without this truth. We were in darkness, total darkness. Okay. And Yahweh Bashim Shai, he watered our spirit. He gave us the understanding through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the writings. And now we have the light. And through the light of the scriptures, we're growing. But we had to stick with the process. We had to go through certain things in order to become where we, in order to reach where we at now. And the process it has to continue. It's going to continue. Okay. So we must understand that, we got to go through certain things in order to come into a particular growth level. Okay. Now, you're not just going to come into the truth and thinking that you're going to reach the level of the apostles in the amount of time, a shorter amount of time. Okay. You got to understand this is clearance, is levels of clearance. The Lord got to take you through certain things in order for certain words to really resonate with your spirit. Okay. And we all have to trust the process. So I'm going to get a quick precept real quick. This is 1 Corinthians 3:5. It says, who then is Paul and who is Apollos, but ministers by whom ye believed, even as the Lord gave to every man. I have planted, Apollos watered, but the Most High gave the increase. Okay, so with us being laborers of Yahweh Bashim Shai, workmen and servants, we have to understand that though we plant seeds in people with the word, though we water the seed with the word, it's up to Yahweh Bashim Shai to bring forth that increase. Okay? Although you plant a seed in the ground and you water it with water, you don't see the process that's unfolding under the ground. You can't see it. But you got to trust and believe that your works, your labor, is going to equate to growth and expansion. And that's what Yahweh Bashim Shai is showing us in the spirit, that just keep doing the work. Don't worry about because you got 1 video, 2 videos, 3 videos. Salaki, 1 views, 2 views, 3 views, 4 views, 0 views. Even if you got 200, 300 views, okay? We still got to be in a mindset to continue to labor and trust the process in which we've embarked upon, okay? Because Yahweh Bashim Shai is the one to give the increase. He's the one to bring forth the fruit of the particular seed in which we plant. So we can't move on our time. We can't move on the time scale of carnality, the time scale of man. We have to trust and believe that Yahweh Bashim Shai is definitely 100% going to bring forth that increase. And that's what trust in the process is. Okay? That's what it means to trust the process. A lot of our people have forsaken the process. They don't want to go to camp every week for years. They don't want to do what it have to take in order to bring forth that increase of spirituality in this present time. They don't want to go through that process. They don't think it's working. Okay? That's why you hear a lot of scoffers come up there and say, "What have you done for such and such?" And what are you doing? What are you doing for black people? What are you feeding the homeless? And because they don't understand the process. They don't see the power in the process. They don't see the results. But we supposed to see them. We supposed to see the spirit of truth budding in the planet Earth right now as we speak. And it's going to blossom real soon. And that's Yahweh Bashim Shai's increase. This is verse 7. 1 Corinthians 3:7. So then, neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, but the Most High that giveth the increase. So we are nothing but laborers. Remember, the scripture say this is our reasonable service. We supposed to be doing this. We ain't doing nothing that outside of what we supposed to be doing. Okay? Read Romans the 9th chapter. All right? The service of the Most High was given to us. This is our duty as men. Ecclesiastes, the 13th chapter, says what? The whole duty of man is fear the Lord, keep the commandments. So our duty is to be a servant unto Yahweh Bashim Shai. And within that servitude, we have to trust the process. Whatever we're told to do, we must do it. Okay? Verse 8. Now he that planteth and he that watereth are one, and every man shall receive his own reward according to his own labor. And that's right. Okay? The labors does not the scripture say in Matthew the 9th chapter? It says what? It says the harvest is plenteous and the labors are few. Okay? So it's plenty of work to be done. So you really have no excuse not to become fruitful in the spirit. Okay? And this truth is not one-dimensional. Okay? It's multidimensional. It's a lot of different functions in the body. It's not just one. Okay? You can do 3 videos in 1 week, but if you don't have charity, you nothing. If you don't have brotherly love, you're nothing. If you don't have if you don't fellowship, you're nothing. If you don't do all of these different things that the Lord told us to do in order to perfect the ministry, you're nothing. Okay? So remember that the Lord is going to give us the reward according to our labor. Okay? Period, point blank. So you can't cop a plea, or you can't, there's no cop outs in the truth. Okay? We commanded to do certain things. We must hold ourselves accountable to it. All right? This is verse 9. For we are laborers together with the Most High. Ye are the Most High's husbandry. Ye are the Most High's building. Okay? And I want to get the word husbandry real quick. All right?
Strong's G 1091. Georgian. Georgian.
All right, Georgion, and it says a cultivated field, husbandry or tillage. Okay, so we represent Yahweh Bashem Shai's garden, like it tells you that in Ecclesiasticus, the 24th chapter. The Lord said He chose His best garden. Okay, so we represent Yahweh Bashem Shai's garden. We represent His building. We represent His laborers. Okay, so if the Lord gave us the responsibility to bring forth fruit in the spirit, we have to trust the process in order that the Lord gave to us in order for us to bring forth that truth. We can't try to add to the scriptures or take away from the scriptures and say, well, maybe this will work, maybe that won't work. Man, the only thing that's going to work is if we do what the scriptures tell us to do. That is the process, and we must trust it. We don't have to add to it. Okay? You might think that you may not see the benefit behind fellowshipping. You may not see the benefit behind doing 3 videos a week. You may not understand it, but you got to trust that it's a spirit behind it. Okay? I'm going to get Colossians chapter 1 and get right to the point, verse 12. It says, "Giving thanks unto the Father which have made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light." See, Yahweh Bashem Shai called us into this marvelous light. And as He's done so, what do we have to do? We have to constantly labor in order for that light to shine upon us more and more in the coming times. There's certain things that we must incorporate into our walk, that we must incorporate into our duty as men of the Lord in order to shine and bring forth more fruit. Okay, verse 13. "Who have delivered us from the power of darkness." Now, you see on the screen, it says what? Okay, according to the picture, it says a tiny seed knew that in order to grow, it needed to be dropped in dirt covered in darkness. So Yahweh Bashem Shai, He said what? He said He delivered us from the power of darkness and have translated us into the kingdom of His dear Son, which that kingdom, what comes with that kingdom? Light, vision. And through the vision, through the light, we what? We grow. Because He delivered us from the darkness. Okay? Verse 14. "In whom we have redemption through His blood, even the forgiveness of sins." Okay? And we have to honor the sacrifice in order for that blood to cover us as individuals, man. So what we are part of is a great thing. We can't be grieved when it comes down to doing this work, man. We can't be grieved when it comes down to linking up with brothers after a long day of work, man. No, who cares? Nobody cares about that, man. We can't be grieved when it comes down to doing, classes on Sundays. Okay? Come down to going to camp once or twice out the week. You can't be grieved behind that, man. If you grieve behind that, Yahweh Bashem Shai is going to eliminate you from the process because you don't embrace it. Okay? This is Hebrews 4:10. It says, "For he that is entered into his rest, he have also ceased from his own works, as the Most High did from His." So if you in the mind frame of you trying to rekindle old relationships with people and family members and all this and that, and you trying to forsake the ministry in order to get all that situated, man, you cease from your work. Okay? You feel like in the spirit, you don't have no work to do. You don't have to deal with the body. You don't have to deal with the brotherhood. Forsaking the assembling and leaving the sheep hungry. Okay? We living in times where you got to be hands-on, man. Okay? Participation counts. Okay? This is not a work-from-home job. This is an active ministry. You got to be present in the flesh. If you don't like being around brothers, just do your own thing. If you don't like putting in the work and working, if you don't work well with others, you could just do your own thing. But if you're going to be a part of a body, hey, we got to trust the process and we have to be laborers. This is not time to be in that spirit of low-key shit. Okay? Verse 11. Let us labor therefore to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. And that's essentially what ends up happening. Jake loses that fire and they fall in the same category as the non-believers that came before him. Okay? Thinking that they don't have to do the work, thinking they can miss camp, thinking they don't got to be around the body, thinking they don't got to come around for classes, thinking they don't have to do certain things that everybody else has to do, man. Well, guess what, man? The spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai will just move you out the process, man. Since it's a rigorous and it's a hindrance unto you, since it's rigorous and it's a hindrance unto you, Yahweh Bashim Shai, he'll remove you from the process. But if you trust the process, if you understand that it's going to take effort, it's going to take work, it's going to take drive, it's going to take determination, it's going to take you getting up off your ass and losing sleep at times. It's going to take you to get out there and be a master builder. If you understand that that's a part of the process, you'll become fruitful. All right? So with that, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachakodash. Double honors once again.